On this week's edition of Carolina Insider, one USC soccer player is a long ways from home. Local library branches are getting some futuristic updates, and Carolina students put their creative skills to the test for 24 hours. Carolina Insider starts now. Hello, and welcome to this edition of Carolina Insider. I'm Sierra Artemis. Our top story. A former presidential advisor visits the Palmetto State tonight for a special event. Steve Bannon is the keynote speaker at the Patriots Dinner, an event held by the Citadel Republican Society. Bannon will be introduced by South Carolina gubernatorial candidate Catherine Templeton. The Citadel expects protesters, but defend their choice in speaker, saying part of the college experience is respecting different opinions. Bannon left the Trump administration in August. If you've ever heard the saying, never judge a book by its cover, it would definitely apply to Richland County libraries and their recent renovations. How are things progressing, and what upgrades should we expect for a 21st century library? Today, I have some of those answers for you. It's been more than a year since the renovations began at the main branch. Business has remained open. The updates include 11 other branches across Richland County as everything begins to come together like pieces of a puzzle towards the future.
One of the things that our Board of Trustees really wanted to do, and it was kind of a vision from our executive director, turning into this 21st century library where we're not just an area that is full of access for information, but we also are becoming an area where you can learn, create, and share.
4 years ago, voters in Richland County approved the bond referendum, raising $59 million towards library renovations. Construction began here at the North Main branch in 2015 and was completed in 2016. While progress is still being made at several other locations, like here at the Northeast branch on Park Lane Road, which is scheduled to be done in November. Although each location is getting a little something different, there are even bigger surprises hidden inside the main branch. A cafe, studio spaces for small group meetings and tutoring, a conference area, workshop spaces, and a 75-seat auditorium. Also, 1% of each branch budget goes towards a public art piece, allowing each library to contain visual art.
So we've really been able to adequately renovate these buildings. It's been, in some cases, 20 to 25 years since they've had a facelift of any kind.
All of the money has been allocated. Construction workers are diligently working towards finalizing renovations, and employees of the library are eager for guests to come check out their books and their new looks. For updates on library renovations, log on to buildingyourlibrary.com. There, you'll be able to click on each individual location to track progress and get a sneak peek of what's coming. As Richland County Library shows off its new look, USC students help local nonprofits establish their own. The 5th annual Create-a-thon kicked off last Friday with students coming together to make advertisements for 7 nonprofits. Students had to spend the entire night coming with designs, social media graphics, and PR plans. The 24-hour blitz was broken up with coffee breaks and puppy visits, which were much needed.
I'm getting tired. Not quite tired yet because I had a Red Bull, but getting tired.
With the success of Create-a-thon, students are able to help out different nonprofits each year and will continue the tradition in 2018. One British soccer player has not only made a name for herself in the UK, but on the USC women's team as well. Here with this week's Pocky Spotlight is Vanya Ibanez. Vanya?
Not often will you find a British soccer player coming over to America to play, especially one who suits up for the English national team. SEC Defender of the Year Grace Fisk is an exception to that rule. Fisk has played for 4 different youth national teams for England, up through the under-19 team. She even earned a nomination this year for Young Player of the Year. Before coming to USC, Fisk spent a year playing at Penn State before moving to Columbia for the warmer weather. Fisk says she came across the pond to make the most of her college years and still be able to play competitively. The women's soccer team gears up to play at Stone Stadium tonight against the Alabama State Hornets. The Lady Gamecocks learned Monday afternoon that they were placed in the #1 seed for the NCAA tournament. That does it for this week's Pocky Spotlight. Back to you, Sierra.
Thanks, Vanya. That's it for this edition of Carolina Insider, a student production here in the Kennedy Greenhouse studio in the School of Journalism and Mass Communication. See you back here Wednesday.